Hi everyone. So in the recent days when I have been doing quite a lot of revision questions with students, there has been some prevalent questions that seem to be like the blind spots for a lot of Sec 2 students. And this comes in the form of questions based on heat transfer. And what is the biggest problem? The problem seems to be that when the students see a certain setup, whether it be a solar heater or it be a special kettle or something like that, they just can't seem to wrap their brains around how at different parts of the setup that heat is transferred in different ways. So they have a problem trying to differentiate, at intersection section A, how the transfer of heat is different from the transfer of heat for the next segment of the entire setup. So today I'm going to show you, and you can see in the space above me, okay, I'm going to show you a setup that is relatively common but still no less difficult for students who are attempting it the first time. So I will show you now the classic solar heater. So looking at the solar heater, most of the questions will be based on, so how do different features of this solar heater actually allow heat to be absorbed from the sun? How does that happen? How does it get absorbed from the sun? How does it get transferred to the water? So these are all common ways of us asking this question. So what do? First, break up the entire setup into different segments, because different segments actually make use of different mechanisms in order to get the work done. So first, we talk about the solar energy collector, the panel that's on the leftmost, as you can see there, leftmost, and it has pipes running through it, and it has a black base. That's a classic solar heater. All right, so what happens over there? How does that actually allow the heat from the sun to be absorbed to heat up the water in the pipes? Okay, and the pipes have a black base behind it. So people, you think about it. Once we talk about black base, right, it has to be about absorption of heat via radiation. Right? Do remember, heat transfer via radiation is the only type of heat transfer that depends on number one, color, number two, texture. All right, texture and color. So what we have to say, therefore, is the fact that how heat energy is actually absorbed from the sun's rays, right? The thermal energy is absorbed from the sun via radiation, thanks to the black base. The black color base actually helps to absorb thermal energy from the sun, and then from there the metallic body of the water pipes actually is a great conductor of heat, and that's how the water pipes that are coiling on top of that black base will absorb heat from the black base via conduction, because metal is a great conductor of heat. So can you see, first is via radiation, next is via conduction. So at every single point, depending on the main issue that you see on the question itself, you may have to engage different forms of heat transfer. And it's okay. Whoever said that the entire setup needed to depend on only one mode of transfer, right? Okay, so now we have already talked about the solar energy collector, where the water inside the pipes are now all hot. So what happens over there is that the hot water now will rise up and go into the heat tank, okay? The water tank, which will get heated up with hot water. So as the hot water goes from the solar collector, it goes into the water tank, and that's when the hot water inside the pipes will now conduct heat energy to the pipes that are coiling around in the water tank. And the pipes are now hot. They will now conduct heat to the surrounding water, and that's how the water that we use actually now gets heated up. All right? Now, of course, in the water tank, cold water will be let in at the bottom of the tank, and as they gain heat from the pipes that are running through the tank, they become hotter, they rise up, and that's where the hot water will collect at the top. And then as we switch on the pipes, or we switch on the tap outside, and that's how we actually get hot water to flow out of the tank. And then the water that's inside the pipes that got cooled down, they'll be circled all the way back to the solar collector, and therefore the entire thing goes on again, right? So always remember what I say. break up the entire setup into different segments. Then at every single segment, depending on what's shown to you, you will engage the correct form of heat transfer. So if it's color, and texture, it will be radiation. If it is metal versus non-metals, it's conduction. If it's a circulating kind of medium, fluid medium, like within the water tank itself, then it will be probably more via convection. So I hope you find this useful. If you do, please click the like, and I hope you join my channel next time, and then we'll go through more questions. Thank you.